What's good, family? It's your girl, Yolanda Yaya Williams. Listen, you don't want to miss any second of this message of the initiates today. I'm going to speak about some heartfelt situations that I have experienced on my spiritual awakening. Sometimes some of us who have hearts of gold, we find ourselves in the crossfires of some very wicked people who want to do wicked witchcraft. And I just want to talk about it and share it with you a little bit. You don't want to miss this. Tap in, family. Thank you for tuning in to the Initiates. This is Yolanda Yaya Williams. I want to welcome all of you. If this is the first time you are hearing the sound of my voice, welcome to the channel. If you so oblige, after you have watched this video, subscribe, join the tribe. We would love to have you over here. To all of my returning subscribers, God sisters, God brothers, thank you all for tapping in with me today. I was going to do a sacred empowerment, honestly, and I'm just here in the sanctuary, been spending time with the ancestors, and you know, something hit my heart as it often does, and I thought that it would be a good time to share. So, you know, I talk about 2.5 years ago, right? Like how I went through starting my spiritual awakening and didn't really know what I was going into, didn't know what I was getting into, and I heard the voice of the mother say, "Follow me, and I will show you the truth." And I decided that I was going to trust her, trust the spirit. Um, and as I started my journey, everything was going well. Everything you start these journeys, as I've stated before, you don't really know how it's all going to play out and what lessons it is you need to learn, right? And I I met an individual, and I don't even know if this individual that I met shortly after I started my awakening. I'm a fast learner, and like I said, even coming out of religion, I was spiritual, but I wasn't knowledgeable to witchcraft. I was very aware of who I am as a spiritual being. Um, as much as I could be, coming out of religion. And I wasn't aware of the workings of witchcraft. I wasn't aware of how extra discerning you need to be when you are um going on your awakening. I think for me, and I will speak personally for me, in Christianity, we don't really we put everything on the devil, right? We put everything on the devil, and anytime we deal with any kind of hardships or, stumbling blocks or come under attack, we immediately put it on the devil, which is not, and I'm not saying that's not where it's supposed to go. I'm saying that being a little more spiritually um expansive in your consciousness allows you to see that even the devil gets a bad rap sometimes. Even the devil gets a bad rap sometimes. And he is a very tricky energy. He is a very tricky energy. A lot of things that we have been told about this frequency we call the devil is accurate, and a lot of things are not accurate, right? And, you know, the first mind of a Christian is to bind, rebuke, cast out. Everything's either a demon or everything's the devil. And so coming out of Christianity and going into spirituality, I really wasn't prepared for the amount of wickedness that lies in the hearts of people, whether they have allegiances with dark energies, dense energies. Dark energies get a bad rap. I think I've said it before. I am not glorifying wickedness nor evil. What I am saying is that these energies, whether they be of darkness or of light, are highly intelligent beings. we make the demons and the devil and all of these dark frequencies, we make them out, or they have been made out to be just stupid demons that just run around wrecking havoc with no sense of intelligence, no sense of why they're doing it, no sense of what they're trying. Like we have been taught that they are just bad, and we equate bad, I think, to stupid, to be honest. And even if that's not the case, right? um we blame a lot on the dark frequencies, and a lot of times there are people who make allegiances to the dark energies, and in that allegiance they are willing to go into contract with the dark energies, provide the dark energies with whatever necessary payment that needs to be made predicated upon that dark energy in order for that dark energy to do the person's bidding, right? And what I had to learn the hard way, and what I am really been observing, is that the things a lot of dark energies or the devil or demons, the things that they do is oftentimes because they are in contract with someone who is wicked. The person is wicked. And so, therefore, the bidding that they want the dark energies to do is to go out and do something that is wicked. And they make their payment to the dark energy, and the dark energy is then, therefore, contracted to do the bidding. And so, we blame a lot of things on demons and on devils when you come out of the pacification of Christianity, and you really start getting and observing the spiritual realm, the spirituality of spiritual beings and spiritual dimensions. You start really realizing that humanity has a lot to do with the spiritual warfare that innocent people have to experience, or do experience. They wouldn't have to experience it if everybody was to respect everyone else. If everybody was to care about everybody else, then innocent people would not have to come under attack of these spirits. And then there is the process of you alchemizing the dark beings and the dark frequencies that you yourself have to cut yourself away from, you know. So it's a process, and one part of the process is something we all have to do. Another part of the process is something we become a victim to. You know, people sitting around at their altars with their candles lit and their fire going, and they are conjuring up attacks for people, for the sheer reason of, you know, offense. Something that could easily be handled with a conversation, something that could easily be handled with an apology, something that could easily be handled with understanding, because a lot of times, based on human nature, um we have misunderstandings. We misunderstand each other a lot. But when you have someone whose heart is desperately wicked, they'll take the slightest thing and send dense dark energies towards you to literally unalive you, all over something that was said, or something that was misperceived, or just the sheer fact that they are jealous of you, or intimidated by you, or maybe you are bringing light to something that they want to stay hidden. So they feel they have to get you out of the way. 2.5 years ago, as I started on my spiritual journey, um, a grasshopper just flew in the sanctuary. a grasshopper now. I don't know how I should take that. All things have duality. It could be here for light, it could be here for darkness. And I just look to my left and there's a spider crawling on my table. I don't like spiders, but I'm in the middle of something, so it's gonna have to just the ancestors will handle it, child. I ain't got time right now. Um, at any way, anywho, what was I saying? 2.5 years ago, when I started on my journey, I met this individual, and like I said, I do not know if this individual has anything to do with what happened to me, but I really kind of want to talk from my heart about what happened to me. Um, to not have to go through the whole story, long story short, I started picking up witchcraft, being around a certain person, and in my love for that person, I immediately went into protection mode. And I probably did the wrong thing by letting them know what I saw, but I did that because, to be honest, I didn't think that, you know, it was going to put me in any real trouble to tell them, like, yo, I see like like you're under attack, basically. And I don't know if I was right or wrong about that, but that's what happened, and just telling you what happened. And so in my love for this person, I went and revealed what was revealed to me, and I revealed it according to how I discerned it, right? And so like I said, I went into protection mode, and I was set to do protection work with this person, over this person, if they wanted me to. And I didn't get a response back. That was early in the morning that day, and I didn't get a response back. And by the time I got off my job and I began to wind down, I heard Spirit say, "Don't do anything. Don't do anything." I said, "Okay. Don't light no candles. Don't send no light and love. Don't do nothing." I said, "Okay." And I went to bed that night, and I woke up probably around 7 a.m., you know, like normal, having to get ready for work. And I kind of laid there because I usually get so much downloads and so much spiritual information when I go to sleep, that when I do wake up, I have to kind of like force myself to stay in the in between, right? In between sleep and in between awake, so that I can make sure I recall. Because, if you just jump right up, sometimes you lose the information. I don't know what's all that about, but you come out of sleep state and you can jump right up like, oh, I got to get ready for work. And by the time you realize that you received a download, you can barely remember what it is. And so I had kind of trained myself that when I first wake up, not to just jump up, you know, but to lay there in the in between, and recall what you experienced in your sleep. And so I was in the in between. I was awake fully, but I was still, you know, pondering. And I kind of shifted in the bed and kind of rolled over, and immediately I was snatched out of my body. Immediately. No time to think about it, no time to figure it out, no time to whatever. I was awake, and then I wasn't, and I was snatched, and I say snatched, I mean violently snatched out of my body. And I'm in the I don't even all I didn't see anything. It was darkness, but it was like I could see me, but it was still like I was in darkness. And I'm like suspended in the air. and my legs and my arms are frailing back and forth, and I'm suspended in nothingness. And I said to myself, "What's happening? What's happening?" And after I said, "What's happening?" and I'm still suspended, I'm still frailing back and forth. My arms and my legs are just going back and forth like I'm just suspended in nothing. I tried to call for my deity and I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. And the first time I tried to call for him, call for help, I couldn't get it out. And I had to make a split decision to try one more time. And this is all happening in the middle of a middle this is happening in a matter of seconds. And I tried to call for him one more time, and I was able to just barely, like barely get it out without saying his name on this recording. Help me. It took everything I had in me to even speak. And immediately something very large and big swooped up underneath me. I knew I was on something that was flying, but I'm laying on my back. I'm picturing it now. I must have been in between the wingspan of this very large flying bird or a dragon or something. And it swooped me up and it started to fly me out of whatever space that was that I had been snatched into. And I said, "Where are we now?" Because I started seeing trees. I started seeing the break of day. I started seeing the tree line. It's like we were in a forest, in woods, and we're flying through the trees. And I said, "Where are we now?" And I heard the voice say, "You're at Kimberly Circle." I said, "Okay." Kimberly Circle is significant because I used to live at a in a neighborhood that was like the whole neighborhood was about 30 or 40 houses, and it was a whole circle. It was a complete circle. Very small rural neighborhood out on the outskirts of my city. So I was familiar when he said Kimberly Circle. Said, "Okay." Kimberly Circle is also less than 5 minutes away from a slave cemetery. So it's also ancestral. So he sat me down on the back deck of the house that I used to live in. And I went into the sunroom because this house was rather large and it had this really big sunroom before you actually get into the house. So I went through the sunroom and I went into what would have been the dining room. And the now I'm in a dream state and it went on, it continued on. Um, what I will say without telling the whole experience because it's rather involved. But I laid down last night and so let me back up. When I woke up from this experience, I was enraged. I was enraged. I was terrified, but I was enraged because I knew that someone had sent a death spell to me and that I, according to their wishes, was not supposed to wake up that morning. I thought about my children. I am not a sickly woman. I have no ailments. I don't get sick, like at all. In a long time, it's been a long time since I've even had the sniffles. I thought about my children, my family, out of nowhere finding me deceased in my bed. I thought about my kids are now 11 and 15. My youngest son just turned 11, and I was here to see it. I was here to see his 10th birthday. I was here to see his ninth birthday. I was here to see my oldest son's birthdays for the last 2 years. I was here to continue to guide them, to continue to nurture them. And after I calmed down and I got on my job and I was riding around doing what I do, because at that time I was in logistics and delivery person for a third party company, and I just began to weep. I began to weep because what have I done to anyone ever, ever, ever in my life for someone to send such a diabolical, detrimental, not just to me, but to everyone who loves me, to my children, to my children. What have I ever done? I have not done anything and never done anything worth that. Worth that. I couldn't make any sense of why this was happening. And as I was driving, my spirit team started to talk to me and explain to me that was a death spell. And what happened was the deity that you call for, who is your protector, who is also of the darkness. And see, this is why I say we give dark beings a bad rap. It has everything to do with what you have inside of you as to what you are personally going to experience with any spirit, whether they be of light or darkness. That was a death spell. And they didn't want you to wake up this morning. So my spirit team started to talk to me as I'm doing my job, and I'm still livid, but I'm also hurt because the timing of when this attack came, it came after I was trying to protect someone that I loved, that I thought was at least a decent human being. After I was trying to protect someone who themselves was under attack. I wasn't under attack. I could have known, I could have saw that and not said nothing, right? I could have not given the warning. I could have not said, if you need me to do anything, I could have not even considered sending any light or love or anything to aid this individual. But the timing, the silence from them when I told them about it was too much of a coincidence. And I felt in my heart that some kind of way this attack was sent in response because was uncovering. I was sticking my spiritual nose where it didn't belong, so they thought. But at any rate, under no circumstances did I deserve to experience something so terrifying, so unjust, so mindless, so heartless, so cold? At any rate, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. And over the years, I continued to evolve. I continued to grow. And I continued to think back to that morning. And I thought about it last night. There's such a gratitude. I don't, I probably can't really express in this message how grateful, how eternally grateful I am. There are so many people who think, oh, those spiritual people with their candles and their crystals and their ancestors and their polytheism and their deities and their spirits and their angels and their demons. This is just a bunch of fanaticism. But will you explain to me how I'm still here? You explain to me how I'm still here. Make no mistake. While I was suspended in the air of nothingness, as a death spell was trying to take over me, I actually didn't call for God. I didn't call for Jesus. I called for a deity that so many people would say, "Oh, that don't exist. That ain't. That's just the devil. You're just over there with them demons and over there because them demons they so wicked and they just fuck up everything. They tearing up everything. All they do is wreak havoc. You gotta bind it and rebuke it, cast it out. You're so disrespectful to what you do not understand. The principal thing is understanding. I called for a deity, and a deity of darkness, by the way, and it saved me from someone's wicked intentions to snatch me from my destiny, to snatch me from my purpose, to snatch me from my children and my family. And I laid down last night again. And I stand here this morning at 5:48 in the morning to tell you, to share with you how grateful I am. How grateful I am. You know, if man, male or female, if relying on man, male or female, was all we had, we'd be in a world of trouble. We'd be in a world of trouble because the hearts of many is so desperately wicked. The hearts of many are so full of love. So we have to do our due diligence as divine beings to rely fully with trust, with gratefulness on those who aid us in the spiritual realm. Don't ever think that this is not real. This is not real. This is real. In the last few messages of the initiates, I've been going really hard at those who spiritually abuse people and those who dishonor their positions, whether they be in leadership or whether they serve at the altar, and the hurt and the detriment that they do to people. I go so hard because when you experience something like that, you know that this shit ain't fake. It's not fake. The ancestors are not fake. The deities are not fake. The angels are not fake. The Damians are not fake. You are not fake. Your life, your destiny, your purpose is not fake. It's not just an illusion. It's not just an illusion. The illusion that we often speak about as if it's something we can just, oh, it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. The illusion is all that is real. The illusion is consciousness, right? I celebrated my 11-year-old son's birthday recently. And I thought about it last night, and I thought about it this morning, and I'm thinking about it now. How appreciative I am for every moment that I get with my children. My children. I'm very appreciative. And they still have no clue that 2 years ago may have been the last time they would have saw me. And I was able to bake my son a cake. You know, I shared with y'all that I'm a master baker, gifted at it. So they don't really never be wanting me to go to the grocery store and get nothing. And, you know, they, I want you to bake my cake. And I was here to do that. I was here to cook him the meal that he requested. And it was slamming too. I'm here to tell him that I love him. I'm proud of him. I'm here to tell him that I'm here for him. I'm here to teach them about the ancestors and teach them about consciousness. I'm here to be a mom. And someone decided that my life was not worth respecting. I'm very grateful that I am who I am. I may not know everything. I may not know everything. But I am who I am, and I share with the world what I've learned. And we shouldn't experience these kind of things. And I know I'm probably not the only one. And I'm very aware, per the spirit, that the individual who did it to me had done it to others. And it always works. There are people who are transitioned right now because someone decided that a death spell was what they deserved. So when I come on my platform and I say judgment will be served, I want those of you who support this channel and who will support it in the future or stumble across this video, I want you to understand where I'm speaking that from. I'm not speaking that from no book. I'm not speaking that from no, pseudo understanding of spirituality. Judgment will be served, loud and in color, you know, um, because not only have you done that to other people or whoever it was, but you did that to someone who has a reason for being here. Not saying that others don't have a reason for being here, but you did that to the wrong one. And my ancestors and my spirit team is not going to let up off your ass until you recognize that you did that to the wrong one. You know, whoever you are, wherever you are. But I am very, very grateful to those in the spirit realms who walk with me, who guide me, because my heart means everybody well. And sometimes when you have that kind of heart and you live in a world of darkness, you get caught in the crossfire. You get caught in the crossfire. But even when you do, stay locked in, stay honorable, respectful to the spiritual beings in the spiritual realm. Grow, learn, evolve. All will be well. All will be well. All is well. All is well. So I just wanted to share that. This has been the Initiates. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening and giving me a moment to share with you. Please subscribe if you have not. Check out the other playlists, the things that the Spirit is bringing forth for the benefit of us all. Um, hit the like button. Hit the like button. That is a great way to show your support of the channel. And turn your notification bell on so you know when I'm back with another one, family. I love you all. Light and love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your night, whenever you are hearing this. And I will chop it up with you guys on the next one. Peace, family.